I'm actually standing out here right beside my neighbor's who ranches cattle. I'm standing beside his manure pile from last year. And we come out here and we harvest different types of grasses and stuff like that for feeding the highlands and stuff like that, because she's still in her small pen where we're training her down and making her nice and comfortable with us. But when I was out here grabbing some different grasses and stuff, I noticed that not only has somebody taken up residence here in there's holes, and one of them, there's one a little bit further down that's even bigger, so I don't know what the hell that is. Could be like a badger or something like that, or martin or something, we don't even know. It's never affected us or our animals or anything. But when I was out here, there was one certain plant that I noticed. It's right there. See it? That one right there at the end of the white there. You guys don't know what that one is? We're going to talk about it. Just looks like another weed growing on the pile. Got all sorts of thistle and all sorts of different grasses and whatnot growing on here on his manure pile. Got nothing really fancy. He leaves it here. There's that wonderful residence. Oh, that just looks like a sweet home right there. But the thing we're going to talk about today is really this plant right here. This is Urtica dioica, also known as stinging nettle. They call it that because it has lots of these little tiny little barbed, very almost like hair-like things all over the stem and all over the leaves and stuff like that. And it's earned its name really well, because trust me, you want to handle this thing with gloves. But there's some really cool things about this plant that you don't know about, and I'm going to show you some of those. This herbaceous perennial was once native to Europe, temperate Asia, and northern Africa, but now it can be found absolutely worldwide. This species is divided actually into 6 subspecies, all of which can sting with the exception of one. However, the one we're going to be talking about today definitely can sting. This plant has earned its common name rightfully so. Any direct contact with your skin to the plant will instantaneously be regretted. It's characterized by having hollow stinging hairs called trichomes along the stems and leaves, and these act like hypodermic syringes when disturbed, injecting histamines and chemicals into the skin and produces a stinging or burning sensation. The Latin name is derived from the word urere, which translates basically to burn or sting. Antihistamines or hydrocortisone creams often aid in soothing the area of contact. This plant is rarely eaten by livestock, so it becomes a bit of a bane once established on farmland. Due to its large taproot, eradication methods are somewhat challenging. But for us, what I'm going to show you in a bit, it actually has a purpose. So from an aquarium standpoint, what seems to be a horrible plant at first does make for some wonderful, readily available, easy to cultivate, hopefully not on your yard, use your neighbor's yard like I do, food source for anyone breeding freshwater shrimps. Rich in fiber, vitamin A and C, manganese, calcium, it makes an ideal and nutritious food source for your caridina and neocaridina shrimps. A lot of world-renowned shrimp foods, such as these 2 examples from Glass Garden, are using stinging nettles in their food mixes. It truly is an excellent source of nutrition for your freshwater shrimp. Now, I've been harvesting and using these different types of mixes for my shrimp for long times. And when I run out, like in the winters, the ones you see here, they're eating the Glass Garden mix without any issue whatsoever. But in the summertime, late summer, when the stuff starts to grow really well, I can harvest it, dry them out, and have a nice supply going into winter. Highly nutritious, similar to spinach, nettles have a wealth of health benefits. They're also used for people. And they've been used for centuries in countries around the world for many things, health benefits as well as medical. Now, if you are a bit more adventurous, instead of just using it for shrimp, Plecostomus of the family Loricariidae, particularly the ones that are wood eaters or xylophages, they need cellulose. So after I've harvested these plants at the end of the season and I've taken all the leaves off, I use the stems of these plants for some of my different plecos. It's hard to imagine, but in the UK, an annual World Nettle Eating Championship draws thousands of people to Dorset, England, where competitors try to eat as much of the raw plant as absolutely possible. I can't even fathom why anybody would want to eat it, but thought, hey, I may not eat it, but at least we'll give it a try, see what it's all about. And I can tell you with all honesty, it's bloody horrible. It tastes awful, it's gross, and shouldn't do it. But hopefully this gives you a new appreciation for what we often thought was just a silly, horrible, terrible weed in our backyard. Maybe it actually does have another purpose. And a very, very good one at that. So as always, thank you very, very much for joining me today. Hopefully you had some fun. Take care.